Have you ever left a conversation at work and immediately felt that little wave of regret? Like maybe you said too much. Maybe you trusted the wrong person. Maybe you were trying to be open, honest, relatable, or friendly, and then later realized that not everything belongs in the workplace. Because one of the fastest ways to damage your credibility at work is not always poor performance. Sometimes it is poor boundaries. And this is where a lot of smart, capable professionals get themselves into trouble. They think being authentic means sharing everything. They think being friendly means lowering every filter. They think being transparent means giving coworkers and bosses full access to what is going on in their mind and life. But professionalism is not about being fake. It is about knowing what belongs in the room and what does not. That is what we are talking about today. Today's episode is about 10 things you should absolutely not share at work. Because the workplace is not just about what you know or how hard you work. It is also about judgment. And part of judgment is knowing what to keep private. Before we dive in, I've included links in the description to free resources that can help you grow in your communication, leadership, and confidence at work. And if you want to go deeper into strategic communications and professional growth, you can check out my new book, Say It So It Lands, The Communication Code for Being Heard, Understood, and Taken Seriously at Work, available now on Amazon. Now let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Work Chat, where we help you navigate the modern workplace with more clarity, confidence, and influence. And today, we're talking about something that quietly shapes how people see you at work, what you choose to share. Because not everything that is true needs to be said. Not everything personal belongs in a professional setting, and not everyone at work needs access to your full inner world. So let's get into the 10 things you should be very careful not to share with your boss or coworkers. Number 1, every negative thought you have about your boss. Let's start here. Yes, your boss may frustrate you. Yes, you may disagree with decisions. Yes, you may need to process difficult dynamics with someone you trust. But casually venting all your frustration about your boss to coworkers is almost always a bad move. Why? Because it changes how people see you. It can travel. It can be repeated out of context, and it makes you look emotionally loose instead of strategically thoughtful. There is a difference between raising a legitimate concern and making your workplace the place where all your resentment comes out. One protects your credibility, the other weakens it. Number 2, your full job search plans before you are ready. This is one of the easiest mistakes to make. You casually mention you're interviewing. You hint that you're looking around. You tell a coworker you're hoping to leave soon, and suddenly your private plan is no longer private. Until your next move is real, your job search should be handled carefully. Because once people know you may be leaving, they start relating to you differently. Your manager may stop investing in you. Coworkers may treat you like you already have one foot out the door, and rumors can move much faster than you think. Number 3, your medical history, unless it is truly necessary. This one is important. You absolutely deserve privacy around your health. And yes, there are times when you may need to communicate something relevant, especially if it affects schedule, accommodations, or availability. But your full medical history is not something your boss or coworkers automatically need access to. The workplace is not always mature enough to hold personal health information well. Sometimes people become intrusive. Sometimes they become awkward. Sometimes they silently start seeing you through a different lens. So instead of over-explaining, ask, what do they actually need to know? Usually people need the work-relevant version, not the full personal story. Number 4, relationship drama. This is a big one. Breakups, fights with your spouse, family tension, dating drama, messy personal situations, all of that may be very real in your life, but that does not mean work is the right place to unpack it in detail. Why? Because relationship drama changes the emotional energy people associate with you. It can make boundaries blur very quickly, and it often invites more personal conversation than you actually want once you open that door. Again, this does not mean you have to pretend you are a robot. But there is a difference between saying, I'm dealing with a lot personally right now, and giving coworkers a full play-by-play of your private life. Number 5, your personal financial problems. This includes things like debt, money stress, family financial issues, missed payments, or how financially desperate you feel. Now, if a financial issue directly affects work and you need to speak to HR or the appropriate person, that is different. But casually sharing personal money struggles with bosses or coworkers can create the wrong kind of visibility. It can change how people assess your stability, your decision-making, or your vulnerability. It can also invite pity, comparison, or conversations that do not help you. Not everything that is heavy in your life needs a workplace audience. Number 6, how little you care about your job. A lot of people do this when they are tired, discouraged, or burned out. They say things like, I don't care anymore. This job means nothing to me. I'm just here for the paycheck. I've mentally checked out. Even if that is how you feel in the moment, be careful, because people remember those statements. And once your name gets attached to visible disengagement, it becomes very hard to control how others interpret your attitude, effort, and professionalism later. You do not have to fake passion, but repeatedly broadcasting apathy is not honesty. It is self-sabotage. Number 7, gossip disguised as concern. You know the kind of conversation I mean. I'm just worried about them. I probably shouldn't say this, but between us, I'm only telling you because I care. If the information is not yours to share, and if it mainly invites judgment or speculation about someone else, do not say it. Gossip can feel bonding in the moment, but it makes you look unsafe over time. Because if you are comfortable talking about other people when they are not there, others will assume you may do the same with them, and that quietly damages trust. Number 8, your salary, unless you are being intentional. This one depends on your context, but it needs judgment. There are times when compensation transparency is useful and important, especially if the goal is fairness, clarity, or advocacy. But casually sharing your salary without thinking through the impact can create tension fast. People compare, people project, people attach emotion to compensation quickly. So if you choose to discuss pay, do it intentionally. Do it because it serves a purpose, not just because the conversation drifted there and you felt awkward setting a boundary. Number 9, every opinion you have about your coworkers. Not every observation needs an audience. You may think someone is lazy, immature, political, disorganized, too emotional, unreliable, but saying every thought out loud does not make you insightful. It makes you look unfiltered. Strong professionals know how to ask, does this need to be said? To whom? For what purpose? Will it improve anything? If the answer is no, keep it to yourself. Professional maturity often looks like restraint. Number 10, every fear, doubt, and insecurity in real time. This is the oversharing trap a lot of people fall into. They narrate every moment of insecurity. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm failing. I'm probably not good enough for this. I feel behind everyone else. I think they made a mistake hiring me. Now, vulnerability has a place. Coaching conversations have a place. Trusted mentors have a place. But if you verbalize every insecurity out loud at work, people may start organizing around your uncertainty instead of your capability. That does not mean pretending to be flawless. It means being thoughtful about where, when, and how much you share. So what is the bigger principle underneath all of this? It is this: professionalism is not about hiding who you are. It is about managing access to your personal life, emotions, and opinions with wisdom. That is what strong professionals understand. They know how to be warm without being loose, honest without being reckless, open without being overexposed, human without making themselves unnecessarily vulnerable in a professional environment. And that matters more than ever now, because modern workplaces often blur the line between being personable and being boundaryless. But those are not the same thing. You can be authentic and still private. You can be kind and still filtered. You can be relatable and still protect your own credibility. So if you remember nothing else from this episode, remember this: not everything true needs to be shared at work. Not everything personal belongs in professional spaces. And the people who protect their careers best are not always the most talented. Sometimes they are just the ones with the strongest boundaries. And if you want more practical support, I've included links in the description to free resources on the website, along with my new book, Say It So It Lands. The communication code for being heard, understood, and taken seriously at work, available now on Amazon. If this episode resonated with you, make sure to subscribe to the Work Chat for more practical conversations on workplace communication, leadership, confidence, and navigating the modern world of work. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What do you think is the easiest thing to overshare at work? I'll see you in the next episode.